This is Huion's Kamvas Pro 16 V2, a pen display packed with enough specs and features to promise a professional drawing experience for professional creative work. But can it truly deliver on that promise with its build, screen, and functionality? Or is there still room for refinement? In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 from the perspective of a 2D animator and artist. Okay, so Huion's Kamvas Pro 16 V2 is a pretty interesting pen display to me. As the second Huion tablet that I've gotten to use, its drawing experience feels familiar, thanks to the fully laminated texture glass screen that provides a subtle amount of texture while drawing. Simultaneously though, the larger display size brings a refreshingly new and premium feel to the display, offering a more expansive and accommodating workspace that suits the professional work that I do on a daily basis. Full disclosure, while Huion did send me this tablet, my thoughts and impressions are 100% genuine and my own. With that being said, let's get into the details. Included with the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 pen display is a battery-free stylus, a 3-in-1 cable, a power adapter, a pen holder containing 10 replaceable nibs, an adjustable stand, a drawing glove, a cleaning cloth, a quick start guide, and a sticker sheet. The aluminum stand feels solid. With a weight of 566 grams, the stand supports a minimum angle of 20 degrees and a maximum angle of 50 degrees. While the stand is similar to the foldable ST300 stand included with the Kamvas 13 Gen 3 in that it lies perfectly flat when collapsed, it does feel like a more premium and upgraded version that will stand the test of time in terms of its durability. Apparently because it's aluminum, it resists scratches and improves heat dissipation. My only minor gripe, if anything, would be that it doesn't clamp into each place, only because I want to recklessly and lazily carry my entire setup without having to close any of this up. Installation of the display driver was quick and seamless as expected. However, I did encounter a bug specific to the latest version. For some reason, modifier keys don't register with combined stylus button inputs. Huion is actively working on a fix, and by the time you're watching this, it's likely been resolved. If it is, I'll put a comment in the description letting you guys know. In any case, I thought it was worth mentioning here for anyone who relies on modifier plus stylus combinations in their workflow. Speaking of the latest driver, I really dig the sleek redesign of its UI and appreciate the added customizability of Huion's control buttons. It really feels like you can push the limits of what you'd like these buttons to control, which I'm sure will appeal to the working professionals looking to achieve the most efficient and productive creative workflows. The display is also compatible with Windows, macOS, Android, and Linux OS. The Kamvas Pro 16 V2 features a 15.6-inch IPS panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and a 16:9 aspect ratio. As previously mentioned, the screen is fully laminated and covered with an anti-glare etched glass, reducing reflections while providing a subtle texture for improved pen control. Also, I forgot to mention, if you're left-handed, you can flip the display and then in the driver also flip the screen and have it support your left hand. Supporting a color gamut volume of greater than or equal to 120% sRGB, displays 16.7 million colors at 8-bit depth, making it well suited for color sensitive work. The colors on this, as you'd expect with these specs, are so good, and it's one of those things where you take it for granted and don't even notice it because it's just like, of course, you know, of course the colors are accurate and you can work with them. The display offers a typical brightness of 220 nits, a contrast ratio of 1000:1, and a response time of 25 milliseconds. Viewing angles are rated at 89 degrees in all directions, ensuring the display maintains consistent image quality regardless of your drawing position. Unless you count the unavoidable diffused lighting reflections on the screen that you'll get with any canvas as far as I know, the anti-glare film is really good at blocking any of that harsh lighting from covering or distracting you while you're drawing. It's very clear, very sharp, very vivid, regardless of the different positions that you're drawing in. With the overall dimensions, the pen display might be barely considered portable or travel friendly, given its slim profile thickness of just 11.5 millimeters and it weighing only 1.36 kilograms. Though I can imagine this factor might depend more on the person using it and the size of their backpacks or carrying cases. I think it is less likely that I'm going to be bringing this around anywhere like I have with the Kamvas 13 Gen 3, but I wouldn't say it's impossible, nor that I'm not the type of person to try and make it work if I needed to. As someone who's gotten used to smaller pen displays, I think this might be my new favorite display size, as it's nice to know that this will be a display that's big enough to comfortably fit the UI of any professional software I could ever use without ever completely overpowering my workspace. If portability is an important factor to you, there might be a better suited display size that fits your needs, but if you're looking for a display that's in that sweet spot between being travel friendly and professionally accommodating, the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 might be just for you. I don't typically use on-display controls, but every once in a while a pen display will come along and tempt me with a new and intuitive way to work fast and efficient. Unfortunately, while the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 has 6 main control buttons that feel as clicky and responsive as I would expect them to on such a premium display, I was a little let down by the touch strip between them. You can assign the swiping up and down of this touch strip to different actions, and while it does sound like a very innovative and minimalistic approach to controlling your brush size, the rotation and zoom of your canvas, or even flipping through animation frames as they showcase, I think the bar struggles to achieve the snappy responsiveness that I think this feature would need for me to use it consistently. Sometimes it feels like I'm not pressing hard enough, other times it feels like I'm not pressing too hard. Perhaps this is something you naturally get accustomed to the more you use it, but I think that there's just too much that the touch strip needs to interpret, making it feel inherently less reliable or consistent than, say, the rotatable control dials of the Kamvas 13 Gen 3. In animation especially, I want to be making sure that I am able to toggle between different frames quickly, consistently, and specifically. And unfortunately for this touch strip, it just doesn't know exactly where I want to stop on the timeline, making it pretty difficult to use. I should probably add that this is almost definitely, at least partially, a personal preference of mine. Maybe you don't like dials, maybe you're just really good with touch strips. Maybe it's a skill issue. Also, I think that because this is conceptually the same as how you adjust the brush size in Procreate on the iPad, I think my brain is just so used to this action being a lot more snappy and smooth than Adobe Photoshop would ever allow. So as someone who doesn't use on-display shortcuts all that often anyways, while I think the touch strip is an intriguing idea, I think I would personally prefer using a control dial or two. The battery-free stylus is pretty much identical to the stylus that comes with Huion's Kamvas 13 Gen 3. Built off Huion's latest Pentec 4.0 technology, the stylus is equipped with the HV200 chip, significantly enhancing pen brusher sensitivity and cursor tracking. The stylus is battery-free, has 3 customizable side keys, and is listed as having a dust-resistant silicone grip. Though as I said about the stylus that comes with Huion's Kamvas 13 Gen 3, I tend to slightly disagree on that last point. Thanks to its 16,384 pressure levels, tilt support of angles up to 60 degrees in any direction, a sensing height of 10 millimeters, and an initial activation force of just 2 grams, brushstrokes register cleanly and accurately. Whether you're sketching, shading, or animating, the stylus ensures a drawing experience that feels natural, intentional, and fluid. The stylus delivers a report rate of 260 points per second, so even fast strokes feel smooth and responsive. It also has a nib retraction of 0.35 millimeters, allowing your lines to feel stable and controlled, along with a precision tolerance of 0.5 millimeters at the center of the screen and up to 3 millimeters near the edges, making it solid for edge accuracy. Tying back to customization, by default, pressing the third button on the stylus brings up a virtual panel you can fully configure. I'm still in the process of figuring out how I'll use this, but I can recognize its potential to speed up my workflow, as this is a feature that really makes the idea of switching from keyboard shortcuts to on-device controls feel a lot more practical, considering how many keyboard shortcuts I use in certain software. So does the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 live up to its pro title, or the expectations of professional artists? For me, absolutely. In that this pen display nails pretty much every area that matters to me and the creative work that I do. Everything from its premium 15.6-inch fully laminated display to its responsive Pentec 4.0 stylus, and its thin, lightweight body makes the Kamvas Pro 16 V2 provide everything I need to produce professional art and animation with little to no friction to my creative process, and thus will probably become my new pen display of choice going forward. With that being said, ultimately depending on your budget and needs, you might understandably not find the larger screen size, professional specs, and functionality worth it over more affordable options that also provide great value. What I can say confidently though is that you'll have a hard time finding anyone feeling limited with what Huion is offering here. It's a fantastic display offering more than enough for both hobbyists and professionals within a comfortable lightweight size. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate if you left a like. If you're interested in checking out this display, I have the affiliate links in the description. Oh, if you want to see the Kamvas 13 Gen 3 review, I have this video right here.